Hey my YouTube friends, welcome back. For years, I've been tempted by the Framework 13 laptop because Framework has one of the most refreshing ideas in the laptop world. What if your laptop is actually yours? What if you could replace the battery, swap the ports, upgrade the motherboard, change the screen, and not throw away the whole machine every time the industry collectively decides, okay, now your 3-year-old laptop is now agent technology. The philosophy is awesome, but the Framework 13 has always come with one big question. How many compromises are you willing to accept for repairability? Because the regular Framework 13 is brilliant, but has never been perfect. The build quality was good, but not very good. The cooling was clever, but not quiet. The speakers, trackpad display, and overall premium feel all had little asterisks next to them. And now we have the new Framework Laptop 13 Pro. So the question is, did Framework finally fit all the compromises? Or is this still a laptop where your heart says, okay, I have the right to repair, but your ears hear the fan and says, are we taking off? The original Framework Laptop 13 was already a very special machine. You could choose your ports with expansion cards, USB-C today, HDMI tomorrow, Ethernet, or you need some low latency connectivity. You could replace your battery. You could upgrade the main board. You could swap the ports without needing a heat gun, a prayer circle, and a 5 parts, a YouTube tutorial filmed by someone named iFixit Wizard. And that repairable, upgradable design is still Framework's biggest strength. But the normal Framework 13 also had a reputation. Amazing idea, good laptop, but lots of small compromises. The chassis had more flex than some premium competitors. The trackpad was usable, but not magical. The speakers were fine in the same way airplane coffee is technically still coffee. The display improved over time, but still had limitations. And the thermal design, especially with more powerful AMD chips like the Ryzen AI 9 HX370, had to balance the performance, heat, and fan noise in a very compact body. So for a lot of people, including me, the Framework 13 was always tempting, but it also felt like buying into a philosophy first and a premium laptop second. And before we get into what changed, subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, real-world tech reviews. The first major upgrade with the Framework Laptop 13 Pro is the chassis. This is probably the biggest emotional upgrade. The regular Framework 13 was already made of aluminum, but the new 13 Pro takes things further, more with CNC machined aluminum across the body. That matters because rigidity was one of the most commonly complained about the original Framework 13. And honestly, build quality is one of those things you notice every single day. You notice it when you pick up the laptop. You notice it when you open the lid. You notice it when the keyboard decks flex a little and your brain immediately says to you, this does not feel like $2,000 laptop. The 13 Pro is designed to feel more solid, more premium, and more like a modern high-end laptop, while still keeping all the repairability and that's in the Framework DNA. That is the key point here. Framework did not just make it thinner and glue everything shut like the rest of the industry. They tried to make the machine feel better while still keeping it modular. The trade-off is weight. The 13 Pro is a bit heavier than the regular Framework 13. But in my opinion, that is probably the right trade-off. Because if I'm carrying a laptop around all day, I want it light. But if I'm spending premium money, I also don't want it to feel like it's doing yoga every time I grab it from the corner. The second big area is performance and battery life. The regular Framework 13 already become pretty powerful, especially with AMD's Ryzen AI 300 options, including the Ryzen AI 9 HX370. That chip is impressive. It gives you strong CPU performance, strong integrated graphics, and good efficiency. But it also produces heat when pushed hard. Physics sadly remains undefeated. And the Framework 13 has historically used a compact cooling setup with a single fan. That means there are always trade-offs. Performance, temperature, fan noise, and the chassis size are all fighting inside the same little metal box like siblings in the backseat of a car. With the Framework 13 Pro, Framework seemed to be targeting a more refined balance. The Pro gets a larger battery, around 74 watt-hours, compared with the regular Framework 13 61 watt-hour battery. And that is a pretty significant, meaningful upgrade, especially for people who actually use their laptops away from a desk. The 13 Pro also introduces new platform choices. Intel version uses newer Core Ultra chips and get features like LPCA MM2 memory and stronger Thunderbolt support. The AMD version keeps the Ryzen AI options, including the higher performance route. But the cooling is still the thing I would watch closely. The 13 Pro is more refined, but it is still a thin 13-inch laptop. It is not a gaming laptop. It is not a workstation. It is not a tiny jet engine with a keyboard attached, hopefully. Luckily, the Intel's Core Ultra 300 series is more efficient, and it should fit better in the new Framework 13 Pro chassis. So if you're planning to compile giant projects, run containers, edit videos, and have 74 Chrome tabs open because you're doing some research, then independent thermal and fan noise reviews are still going to matter. Now, one thing that deserves its own section, especially for engineers, is the Linux support. This is a big deal. Framework has always been one of the more Linux-friendly laptop companies, and with the 13 Pro, that identity feels even more important. For developers, Linux support is not just a checkbox. Real Linux support means the Wi-Fi works, sleep works, the fingerprint reader works, power management behaves. And Framework officially supports Linux much more seriously than before. They work with distributions like Ubuntu and Fedora, and they design their hardware with Linux compatibility in mind. That matters because a lot of engineers want a machine that feels native to their workflow. If you do backend development, system programming, DevOps, Kubernetes, AI tooling, embedded work, open source development, or you just live in a terminal because GUIs are for people who with inner peace, Framework is speaking directly to you. And compared to something like a MacBook that is very different pitch, Apple hardware is excellent, but it is still not a native Linux laptop. And Framework is offering something else: x86 compatibility, official Linux support, upgradability hardware, replaceable parts, and the ability to actually own the machine you depend on. So for engineers, that might be one of the biggest reasons the Framework 13 Pro exists. Now, let's talk about everyday experience. Because specs are nice, but the keyboard, the screen, the touchpad, and speakers are what you actually live with. The regular Framework 13 has improved a lot over the years, especially with the newer high-resolution display options. But the 13 Pro pushes the experience further. It definitely has a better experience. You can get a brighter 2.8K display with touch, with variable refresh rate, a better overall polish, and that should make the laptop feel more modern, especially for productivity, coding, writing, and general daily use. But it is worth saying, this still does not look like a non-compromised creator display. First, it is not OLED, it is not mini LED either. It is not trying to be a MacBook Pro display assassin in a dark alley. So if your work is a color critical video, HDR upgrading, or professional visual work, this may still not be your dream panel. The touchpad is another major improvement. The 13 Pro moves to a larger haptic touchpad. Yeah, haptic, which is exactly the kind of things Framework needed to do. A good haptic touchpad can make a laptop feel dramatically more premium. A bad trackpad makes every click like you're negotiating with the machine. The keyboard keeps decent travel, but the stronger chassis should make typing feel more stable. And the speakers are also improved with the side fairing design and more acoustic volume. Will it beat a MacBook speakers? Probably not. Apple has somehow made tiny laptop speakers sound like they're being powered by forbidden wizard magic. But if the 13 Pro can move from fine to actually good, that is already a meaningful upgrade. But let's be honest, the Framework 13 Pro does not magically ease every compromises. First, it is more expensive. I know in 2026, every laptop is becoming more expensive, but it's still more expensive than the regular Framework 13. So in that regard, the regular Framework 13 might still be a more affordable option, and the 13 Pro moves into a premium laptop territory, especially depending on your configuration. Second, the thermals and fan noise still need real-world testing. Framework can improve the chassis, the battery, the display, and the touchpad, but heat is still heat. A powerful chip in a thin laptop still has to obey the laws of physics, no matter how many screws are user replaceable. But again, thankfully, this generation of Intel's Core Ultra 300 series CPU are more power efficient and supposed to perform better in this kind of chassis. And third, this is not a maximum list laptop. There is no dedicated GPU, no OLED option for the display, no MacBook Pro level HDR display, and depending on whether you choose Intel or AMD, you're making trade-offs between efficiency, ports, graphics, memory, and platform features. So the 13 Pro is not framework with zero compromises. It is more like framework with fewer compromises and much better haircut. And hey, if this kind of like practical, slightly nerdy laptop breakdown is useful, consider to subscribe. I'm planning to cover more repairable, upgradable, Linux-friendly tech. So the Framework 13 Pro feels like a framework growing up. It is no longer just saying, look, you can fix this laptop. It is saying you can fix it, upgrade it, run Linux on it, and maybe not feel like you gave up the premium laptop experience to get there. And that is the exciting part, right? The original Framework 13 asked, are you willing to compromise for a laptop that you can actually own? The Framework 13 asks a much more dangerous question. What if you don't have to compromise nearly as much? And for engineers, developers, Linux users, repairability nerds, and anyone tired of laptops becoming disposable sealed metal sandwiches, this is a very compelling idea. Not perfect yet, not cheap, not magic, but maybe finally the Framework 13 that feels like less like a noble experiment and more like a real premium laptop. Would you choose the Framework 13 Pro over a MacBook, ThinkPad, XPS, or the regular Framework 13? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.